Elseworlds was DC's alternate continuity print starting in the 90s, kind of like Marvel's What If, but on a graphic novel scale. And while some Elseworlds are now remembered as classics, others weren't quite so good. So here's 4 terrible Elseworlds you can avoid at all costs. Batman and Dracula, Red Rain, Bloodstorm, Crimson Mist. For all its genius, it's easy to forget that Elseworlds started in the dark age of comics, and work like this really drives the point home. Red Rain is occasionally alright. It has an actual storyline and an interesting take on a vampiric subversion of Batman's origin, with Tanya, the love interest, killing a child to sate her bloodlust. However, after a relatively passable start, Bloodstorm gets worse, with a mad preacher Joker leading the vampire horde. It's bad, very bad. It shows that mixing supernatural religious-based horror with the rationality of Batman works about as well as mixing oil and water. But Crimson Mist takes the biscuit. In Crimson Mist, Batman is accidentally resurrected by Alfred and goes on a killing spree of old enemies. There are puns and blood spraying everywhere, and the art is so badly designed it's impossible to know what's going on. And seriously, look at Batman here. A Batman maybe? Batman Leatherwing. The best Elseworlds work by asking a question about a hero and reinterpreting their world in light of the answer. The worst Elseworlds ask questions no one wanted to know the answer to. Example, what if Batman were a pirate? Answer, it would be cool but nothing to do with Batman. We're talking about a Batman who never wears a costume, who hangs out on a boat in the daylight, and who steals for a living. It is literally the opposite of everything you know about Batman, except his parents are still dead. Notably, this Batman shows up in The Brave and the Bold, sort of, mainly as a punchline as to how stupid this idea is. This one actually got a sequel as well, called The Bride of Leatherwing, which goes like this. What if Catwoman were a pirate? The answer is she's kind of the same as she was anyway. She would steal things and sometimes be a hero, but not always. Whom gods destroy. The Third Reich never fell. Lana and Lois have grown old, while Superman remains eternally young. Sounds like a good start, right? Then Superman gets attacked by trolls and harpies, the Greek gods turn out to be running the Nazis, Lois Lane turns into Wonder Woman, Superman gets turned into a centaur and then has a magical sex change. There's probably an ending to this mess, but I don't know whether that matters. This plot sounds exactly like the kind of nightmare you'd recount if you were 8 years old and ate old jalapeno Subways before going to sleep with a fever. To cap it, it was written by the legendary Chris Claremont, which makes this even more insulting. JLA, Act of God. A mysterious black light event has stripped all superheroes of their powers, leaving only those who became heroes through training or tech to pick up the pieces. The plot of this Elseworld should focus on heroes learning to overcome their lack of powers and fight back. Instead, the big hitters, Wonder Woman, Green Lantern and Superman of all people, spend most of their panel time moaning about how disgusting it is to be a normal human being. To try and fill the gaps, some ex-powered heroes form a new group and create dumb new identities for themselves. Aquaman becomes the Hand. Arthur, man, you used to be a king. Come on. The writing on this is really atrocious. For one, the central concept makes no sense. Lantern's lost his powers, but isn't the ring a tech power? Superman, Aquaman, and John Johns have lost their abilities, but aren't those abilities inherent to their DNA? Furthermore, Aquaman loses his powers while swimming and almost drowns because he can't breathe underwater. So, what about all the Atlanteans? Is the whole kingdom dead? Hope you enjoyed our terrible Elseworlds roundup. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos like this one.